Hello Aries, and welcome to your Venus Love Retrograde reading. I am alignedsoultarot, and I am so blessed to be able to provide you with some insight during this Venus retrograde period. Just know that this period started back in May, so May 13th to June 25th. And with any sort of change in any sort of planetary aspect, especially retrogrades, we do feel a little bit of that energy before and after that period of time. So this is a big chunk of time for you, Aries, and all of us in the collective. And we're really revisiting a lot of that Venus energy. So anything around abundance, anything about love, past relationships, that can be family, friends, intimate. It does not have to be just one relationship, right? And with it being in Gemini, Venus in Gemini, there's a lot around communication, expression, and also really going within our thoughts, right? A Gemini energy is about thoughts, it's sword energy. So having mental clarity during this time, you might be feeling like there's just a lot running through your head. So trying to really ground that energy here I'm getting for you with this root chakra card here. So really focusing on your root chakra during this time and grounding yourself, because you can get trapped in your thoughts, okay? Got the air energy here. You might have air in your chart. These are just some of the cards that came out in the pre-shuffle for you. We will dive more into that. But first, let's talk about it for you, Aries. How is Venus retrograde affecting you astrologically? So it is going to be in your third house of communication. So yes, maybe that is why you are getting this air card here, all about communication, right? Like I just said. It's going to be highlighting that, especially with Venus in Gemini. It's a good placement for you. You do flow well with Gemini energy. It also just depends on your chart, right, as well. But it's highlighting communication for you. So finding the right words to say. Maybe this is something that might be clouding you at this time. The mind, thinking, communications, social activity, interest, hobbies, like third house. So focus on the third house for you, Aries. And with Venus energy, it's not just relationships. It is about abundance. And I was just explaining this to Taurus, how money and abundance is very similar vibration to love. It's that equal give and take, that exchange that we need to stay in balance with. If we feel any sort of fear or lack around money, then most likely you're going to have issues around love and relationship. So those energies really do go hand in hand, and we need to stay balanced in our root, right? Grounding ourselves, believing in ourselves, and staying somewhat practical, realistic, right? Because we can get really stuck in our thoughts sometimes with the air energy, and it serves a purpose, right? But there's a sense of needing balance, right? You also had these two cards that I felt the need to pick out. They were so I picked these three as the main focus, but these were right underneath it. And because they're very similar, I felt like they need to be heard, right? This message of feeling stuck, entangled, this entrapment that you might be feeling at this time, especially around your thoughts. And you really need to ground yourself, okay? Allow yourself to feel this, because it's coming up for a reason during the Venus retrograde period. It's a lot about past healing, right? Looking at deep-seated issues from your past, family issues, relationship, friends, self-image, right? Your confidence. Venus energy is all about confidence in our beauty, how people see us, how we were perceived in the world. And we're reflecting on that, right? And in that process of reflection, Aries, you might be coming to a lot of conclusions about yourself and others around you, and it's a hard process, and you really need to get out in nature, root yourself, ground yourself in your beliefs, find out what those are, because again, I am seeing this kind of contrasting polarity within you, which we all have, right? We all have a shadow and a light, and it's about integration and understanding, right? The polarities within us. But if one is stepping out more than the other, then there's an imbalance. So creating this sense of balance between these parts of you, right? And believing in that and knowing that and forgiving all aspects of yourself, your shadow self, your light self, because it is you, right? And getting stuck out of this entanglement, this entrapment that is happening potentially around you or within you. I'm feeling more within you. And both go hand in hand again. Stuff that's going on internally, whatever is stuck internally for you, Aries, it's going to manifest in the physical 3D world. So it's really important that we heal those aspects of ourselves. And take steps. It's a gradual process. No one really heals overnight, you know. The healing journey, right? Once you step onto it, if you're being called to it, you know it's a process, right? Being open-minded. This is your overlying energy. Open-mindedness, right, Aries? When we release our prejudices and judgments, we enter a deep, abiding peace. So you're craving this peace. A part of you wants this peace. With the non-duality card here, it's like this polarity within you. You're fighting. You might be feeling vengeful or some sense of holding on to something from your past, and it's asking you to be open-minded about it, maybe gain some clarity, a new perspective, so you can get out of this stuck energy, right? Forgiveness. We have change here as well for you. Change is the very nature of life. When we resist change, we are resisting our own growth. So like I said, the more you resist, the more it will show up in your life, right? More lessons that will be learned, karmic lessons. It's a big theme for everyone this year. And a lot of that is showing up in our physical 3D worlds, what we've dealt with, what we haven't dealt with. It's going to continue to show up for us until we learn the lesson, right? So it's a process for you, Aries, and for all of us. We're going through it, man. We're going through it together. Just know that. Okay, so we're going to see how this connects a little bit deeper into the rest of your reading. And I also pulled from the pre-shuffle from my Dreams of Gaia deck. And I have 2 cards for you, which we will read at the end and kind of wrap it all up and see how it all connects for you, Aries. Again, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Specifically your Venus, I think that will help give you a little bit of more peace and understanding, because we're talking about Venus energy here, right? Venus retrograde. So if you know your birth chart information, or if you don't, check it up online and check out all those placements. Okay, I got all the signs up on my channel. If you want to go a bit deeper with me, you can always reach out to me for a private reading. I am offering 20% off all my private readings. So if you want to get a little more clarity around how to work on this root, maybe kind of diving deeper into what is the root issue for you, Aries, we can do that with a private reading, okay? So let's go. Calling out into the ether for soul guidance for my Aries viewers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's connect to the highest potential for you in the immediacy of now. Okay. Calling on our guides to be here with us, our ancestors, our angels, all high vibrational beings, to protect us, watch over us, allow us to see the truth for my Aries viewers. What is it that they need to know? What is it that they need to see during this time? Okay, let's cut the deck. So we had 2 poppers there. Let's kind of expand this energy out. Let's see what's going on for you, Aries. Okay, bottom of the deck, 4 swords in reverse. You could have been in this gestation process of just digesting things. 4 swords is all about meditation, you know, healing. Venus retrograde is all about healing, self-healing, right? Going within. This is big energy, right? Sword energy, thoughts, healing your thoughts. But it's in reverse, so I think you might be coming out of this period, you know, understanding some truths, knowing your truth, you know, thinking things through, and now you're ready to maybe speak your truth. Potentially around love here, we have the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups and the Lovers in reverse. So let's dive a bit deeper into this for you, okay? So I think you might want to come out and express something, but there is a sense of feeling stuck and trapped, entangled, a need to balance your thoughts, right? Root chakra, balancing what comes up, whether it's dark or light, because you got the Judgment in reverse here. So there is a judgment call, maybe revisiting a past. This one, when it's in reverse, it's revisiting a judgment call that maybe was already made, and now you're thinking back to it. You've gained some clarity with the open-mindedness card here. You know, you've opened and expanded your mind through this Four of Swords process, and now you see things a little differently than maybe you thought before. And it could be bringing up some sense of, you know, entanglement, because you don't know how to get out of that, you know, witnessing the truth, and you're trying to speak your truth. And the judgment call is going to be made, right? Sometimes without you doing, right? This can be a higher team, right? Angels, guides, ancestors that are guiding you, helping you along through this process. But, you know, they're there, but it's also allowing you to take the wheel, right? The power of free will is at play here, and the healing needs to be done to have closure, right? Understand yourself a little bit deeper. So with it in reverse, you're going a bit deeper until you can actually make this call, okay? Because there's love here. Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, you might be dealing with a fellow water sign or have water in your chart. There's this extension of love that wants to be offered, but there is this sense of abandonment, right? With the Five of Pentacles here, feeling left out in the cold. This is Mercury and Taurus. This is Taurus energy. So feeling a sense of abandonment. I got this for a couple different readings, and I think a lot of us right now are healing a lot of past deep-seated abandonment issues around relationships, family, right? And you're having to heal that right now. That is the core. That's like kind of the center of all of this. Like all of this love wants to come in for you, but there are some blockages around abandonment, lack, fear, okay? You might want to communicate about something that you come to a revelation about, but you just don't know how to express your love, and you're wanting to around this lover. I suppose maybe, you know, this is Gemini energy, the Lover's in reverse, so there is that hesitancy, right? There could have been a broken up relationship with the Lover's card here. And there's this extension, maybe the other or you wants to come out and express their love, but there's this hesitancy because of this entrapment and this entanglement, right? Being stuck in, I sense it as a fear story. This abandonment is really what is keeping you trapped. Okay, we're going to dive a bit deeper here because I do feel that this Judgment card with the entanglement, and it's connected here. So let's feel this out for you, Aries. What is this Judgment about? What is this entanglement about? This stuck energy for Aries. Can we provide some clarity for Aries to see the truth? Angels and guides, yeah, illuminating the hidden parts of you, Aries. Let's see. And that process can be very hard, right? It's not easy to uncover the truths that are within us, right? You know, it could be very deep-seated, right? It's gonna, you're gonna need to have some sense of support, right? Root chakra, having a stable foundation, right? For you to get through this, Aries. Emperor. There's your energy, staying in your power, right? Staying connected, grounding yourself. Just like I said, you're grounding yourself. You're tuning into what's going to keep you stable, right? On that throne, living with integrity, living with purpose, speaking your truth, okay? Eight of Wands, speaking your truth. Like I said, this is fast communication. This could be coming into you, or you could be Gaining some sort of truth, secrets coming out, things being illuminated with the moon card in reverse, and now you're ready to speak, or someone around you is ready to speak. This Emperor energy, this could be someone in your life. You could be dealing with an Aries or Taurus. I read this as both. But if this is yourself, I see this as you gaining some insight, right? Coming to some truths, some hidden truths here with the moon in reverse. And now you're ready to communicate that. Move forward with that illumination. Standing in your power, right? Getting out of this trapped energy. No more repressing, right? No more repressing. There is this overflow of love with this Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups here. But we're going to have to get over this abandonment here, Aries. Whether you or someone else around you is feeling this sense of abandonment. Let's clarify this Five of Pentacles, please, for Aries. My Aries viewers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yep. Okay. Yep. Here we go. The Lovers on the bottom. You have the Lovers card twice, once in reverse and once upright. So I feel this is what I'm getting. When I clarify the Five of Pentacles, right? This is all about abandonment, loss, childhood abandonment, deep. That's the deep-seated core of this card, right? It didn't just start with whatever recent relationship you're in. It goes way deeper than that. And that's what Venus retrograde is teaching us, right? You got the Ace of Cups here twice. Again, one upright, one in reverse. Same with the Lovers. You had one upright, one in reverse. So again, there's that duality, right? Back and forth. Do you want to extend this offer of love, or do you not want to extend this offer of love? It's the black and white within you. It takes time. It takes truth. It takes being rooted, right? You do not want to be impulsive, Aries, and I know that that is a characteristic of most Aries. They're fast thinkers, movers, shakers, doers, okay? And sometimes they can do so and it hurts people's feelings. So be mindful of emotions here, right? Emotions might be running high around this love relationship, and it's taking a level of strength, right? You don't want to make a foolish decision with this is Aries energy, right? There is this sense of wanting to take a new beginning, but not knowing how, feeling stuck again, right? Feeling entangled in something from the past. I'm seeing it around a love relationship. Okay, lots of emotions in these cards here. Okay, and it's taking a level of strength to tame the beast within. Remember the non-duality card, this dark and the light. I actually just recently posted about the strength card because as a collective, we are having to have strength, courage, with these retrograde planets, not just Venus. There's like several planets retrograde right now. We're having to revisit a lot of that deep stuff. The beast within, right? I look at that as the beast within, our inner demons, our inner darkness. We all have that, no matter how much of a light worker you are. I think the more that you shine your light, the more the people that have that lightness to them, they've definitely had to deal with their darkness. And you can sense that, you know? It's an intuitive thing when you meet people. You know, when you see how resilient they are and you hear their story and you just, wow, you admire that adversity, that resilience, right? With the strength card. People that have been through quite a bit and they still are resilient. You're being asked to not give up, right? And not fight against yourself necessarily, you know, but love yourself, forgive others, right? It takes strength. Because there is this offer here with this Ace of Cups twice. But yeah, there's that duality, right? The reverse and the upright, and not really certain where you want to extend your cup. But it is, when I had these two cards down in the beginning, this cup is extending towards the Lover's card. Okay? So you want to extend this offer, but maybe you're figuring out the choice that needs to be made. Which lover, you know? I don't know if it's between two or not. But you have this need to express that, and getting over, the way to get over this abandonment is to balance yourself, right? Tame the beast within. Forgive. It's taking a level of being open-mindedness, open-minded for you, Aries. Allowing the change to happen, not fighting against and resisting that change. You know, I think for you, it's about just communicating to past family members. Try to get to the core of where this abandonment issue comes from. Because like I said, I don't think it's from just your recent relationships. I think it's more from something way, way below the surface. Okay? That's what needs to be spoken on for this forward movement, you know, to happen. And that might take time for you, Aries. Okay, that might take a little bit of time, so give yourself that time, but just know that this energy is surrounding you and it's here for you, and you know, you have the power, Aries. You know, but you can be a bit stubborn at times, so just know that it's a balance here, okay? Not saying too stuck in one way of thinking, right? With this entanglement and stuck card. Don't get too stuck in one way of thinking. Really open up your mind, your perception. Allow yourself to see things a little bit more clearly so this love offer, this love can flow into your life. Or you have the power to give it away, you know? But that takes a lot of healing and deep work before you can really extend yourself out in that way. So we're going to read a bit more on these cards for you. I have also from the Dreams of Gaia deck, I have 2 cards. So let's read from the Empathic Oracle, because I really want to read on this root chakra for you. So root chakra. In my passion, I realize my right to be here. And from this, I recognize the creative seed that is who I am. Your root chakra is your connection to earth, and from this place, the energy of physicality is taken in. This is the fuel that mobilizes manifestation, passion, physical healing, and the feel-good sensation that washes throughout your body, making you feel alive again. As a powerful force, which through history has been much maligned, feared, or craved, it is not hard to see that many lessons that reside in your experience of this chakra. So, like I said, this is where a lot of the deep-seated wounds sit in your root, right? And that's where the fear or the anxiety manifests when you let it sit there and stay stagnant. As dynamic energy movers with a strong earth connection of innocence, animals are often attracted to empaths. They sense the gentleness and inner loving nature. This brings much joy. So connecting to nature, like I said, sharing your root energy with others, right? So making sure that it's in balance so you can give, like I said, so you can offer this love. Beautiful. It's a tool for discernment and teaches major life lessons that serve to empower you to navigate a healthier knowing of self, right? Knowing yourself, the non-duality card. We're going to move on to that here. Let's see what this non-duality card is about for you. That which I believe comes to my reality, right? You don't want to project one side or the other, right, onto others. You tend to do that in a lot of relationships. We do, right? You project one side, but then they might not necessarily agree with the other. And it takes a level of empathy, right, for others, not projecting. Is how I have labeled my life to become reality. So not living in fantasy either with this card. It's really about, are you happy with your reality? Am I living in fantasy? Am I staying stuck in a pattern that's just delusional? How am I labeling this situation? What emotions do these labels elicit? Where are these emotions getting stuck, right? Where are your emotions getting stuck? They're getting stuck in your root chakra, and it's causing a blockage. That's where the fear, the anxiety show up in your life. No longer do the labels of good, bad, light, dark, spiritual, evil, abundance, love, hate, sadness, anger control the moment. When you release the labels and strive continuously to experience the vibration that is present in the teaching of the moment, you soon realize that it is releasing. Heaviness is replaced with which is full of light. In this absence of intention, the energy is free to be used on your journey forward. So again, not creating too many limitations for yourself, understanding both sides of yourself, forgiving yourself, allowing yourself to be all that you are, but understanding the toxic parts of yourself that are not allowing you to move into this relationship, moving into the love that is around you at this time. Abandonment card. 5 of Pentacles is huge for you here. You have to come to terms with this, Aries, to move forward. All right, so let's move through to the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck. And what do we have for you here? We have 2 of Fire. Power sharing, right? The give and take. Mentorship. Align yourself. Okay, power sharing situation, not becoming greedy or power hungry in any sort of relationship, dynamic, career. 2 heads are better than 1. Teamwork, cooperation, a struggle for power. This could be your ego getting in the way of a power situation where you feel like you have this fear of abandonment, the lack story, right? That you've been sold. You've told yourself this around your root, right? You've sold yourself that I need to stay in power. Take. Maybe that's what you're feeling, or someone around you. Power hungry people that surround you in your life, they're teaching you lessons. It's a mirror. It's a reflection to you. When you witness that in others, there's something within yourself that you need to learn about power and control. And I do see that with the Emperor card here. So because of your fear of abandonment, you might tend to feel like you need to control all aspects of yourself and what's around you. But there needs to be some sort of mediation. There needs to be some sort of balance and equal give and take, right? Like I explained with love and abundance, the energy, the frequency goes hand in hand, right? And when we come from a place of fear, of lack, with the 5 of Pentacles here, there won't be an equal give and take. And yeah, you might witness a lot of power hungry people in your life, but you might also be that person as well to others. And that doesn't create love. That doesn't create balance when you're always fighting against your fear of being abandoned. So that means you have to control things more. And that's not going to keep you in balance, right? You can cohabitate with others as long as you can step into that knowing of who you are, what you've been through, and being honest with yourself. Equal exchange of energy. Like I just said, there needs to be an equal exchange of energy. The stories you're selling yourself around love, abundance, they go hand in hand, okay? You are abundant. You are worthy of love. Stop with the fear of being abandoned or left out in the cold. You know, getting over that past pain, because love is here for you. 10 of Cups. Love is here for you. Universal love is here for you. Maybe you might be single. You might not be in a relationship, but connecting to the universal source through your root. Divine connection, centeredness, being centered, at peace, creating peace in your life, no longer letting people and your surroundings to affect you, knowing what serves you, what doesn't, right? You have to come to this place of peace in order to move forward without attracting the same old karmic lesson. Truly living in the present, a feeling of divine connection, a time of serenity and ease, power born of knowledge and understanding, a positive emotional state, okay? Staying positive in your thoughts, but also feeling the other negative aspects. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. I explain that to everyone. There is that duality within us, right? With the duality card there. And we need to recognize that. But when one or the other is in control and taking the wheel, you say your shadow self, your dark self, all that, the fear and the wounds, you're just going to keep living that cycle over and over again. And it's painful, right? So, you know, you might need to learn it over again. But we are trying, always trying to learn and grow and move and stay balanced, right? So that's what I have for you. I will post in the description box below a beautiful root chakra guided meditation that I love, and it served me very well throughout my healing. And I hope it will serve you as well. And if you want to go a bit deeper with me, like I said, private readings, 20% off. All that information is in the description box below for you, Aries. And again, I hope that you move through this cycle with ease, forgiveness, be gentle on yourself, okay? These are a lot of deep-seated things that are coming up to the surface, okay? Be open-minded around it. All right, Aries, be well.